Thank you very much, Hugo, and good day to the viewers of 404 Newzroom Afrika. We had a crisis, but I must say that the government of our people has managed to delegate all dedicated team from all corners, the sister departments on our side, the Department of Transport and Community Safety, with the help of South African Police Services, including South African Defence Force. We have managed to ease up the congestions that we saw there in the past 4 days or so. The report that we can give you this morning is that the team managed to allow light delivery motor vehicles as well as buses to pass through overnight. And what we're remaining on the queue now, we're remaining with is the trucks that they are also now being processed to go through into the Beitbridge. What we had the previous days where we had lanes being occupied by all buses and trucks that going into Zimbabwe, that is a thing of the past. We have managed to clear the lane of the where those that are in Musina can be able to access Musina freely without having to drive on the gravel roads. Thanks to the team that we have deployed, led by Mr. Matsila, the Director for Traffic in our department, and Brigadier Tinyani from South African Police Service and General Mlauzi from Sandas.
Matome, we've read that there are about 6 bus drivers that unfortunately passed away. Is this figure correct? And do you have any more information on this?
That information is not verified, though there are people who would have passed on during this crisis due to various ailments. Others have got chronic diseases, others got, it might be COVID, I'm not sure, but it's not necessarily drivers, because what I heard yesterday, a woman collapsed inside the precinct of the border post when she just finished being processed at the departure point going into Zimbabwe. She's not a driver, she's a person who was just going home from South Africa. So it's an issue that can happen anywhere, anytime, where there's a bit of frustrations, where people would have forgotten and so forth. That is why even in our roadblocks yesterday at Kranskop, we made sure that we take along the Ministry of Health and a team to bring about their mobile clinic, so that we're able to also check the roadworthiness of the drivers. And I must tell you that at some point we found them, the other drivers with the BPs would have skyrocketed, and then we had to put them outside their vehicles and allow them to be there for some time, so that we can be sure that when they get back into their vehicles, they are ready to continue the trip. So those are the issues that happen under any crisis that occur in any situation. So I don't think we should be alarmed and say we've got a humanitarian crisis, because even the municipality, they've brought in the ablution facilities and water in making sure that as people get stuck there, but they're able to maintain their dignity, where they do not even have to go to the bushes. But I must say that even the community safety part, the Department of Transport and Community Safety brought in a high number of police and soldiers in making sure that pickpocketers and squanderers who take advantage of our people at this time around, they do not even find space to can do anything to them, so that we give them confidence that our government is a caring one, and we tried our level best to save them. And right now we're in a mood of planning their return on the set, including the train.
Now, obviously, Beitbridge is one of the busiest ports for South Africa, and holidays that will recur. What plans are being put in place that a situation similar does not happen again in the near future?
Well, indeed, we must not ignore the fact that most of these people that we find they were supposed to have used the Khobalas Bridge exit, but you know that Botswana is more stricter than Zimbabwe when it comes to COVID regulations, and naturally, on any day, Botswana would be very strict. But I must say, as I indicated now, I was speaking to General Razilani, the station commander in Beitbridge. She is in a meeting. They are planning the return of the people who will be coming back on the 3rd, and the others will be coming on the 10th. We make sure that we have a multidisciplinary task team people have got to work 24 hours as opposed to what we saw earlier, because some of the frustrations was as a result that the officials of customs would knock off at around 10 o'clock in the evening, causing a lot of congestion overnight. That has been addressed. The Zimbabwean nationals as well at the customs and so forth, they've also said we'll come on board in making sure that we talk to each other in making sure that what we have seen now does not repeat itself again.
Now, you talk of issues being addressed. Does this mean that the officials are now working 24 hours? Because we do know that outside of COVID regulations, the Beitbridge border post does operate on a 24-hour cycle.
Indeed, Minister Motsoaledi has confirmed that he has sent a team there from his side to work 24 hours. The port health officials as well, because you know that going into Zimbabwe on any port of entry, in terms of the regulations, you've got to present 72-hour test results. Port health as well, they came on board and said we'll work 24 hours. In actual fact, they even mentioned that we will even have available resources to do rapid tests if possible, because some of the problems that we encountered there is that people will go to the border without having test results with them, and as a result, you would find already they are in the queue, and then for them to get out of the queue and go get the results, to get somewhere, it was rather a bit difficult thing to do, which would have contributed to the chaos that we saw there. Those are the issues that we're identifying, but we'll continue to make noise. Anyone who wants to exit South Africa or want to come into the country, they must have 72-hour test results for COVID tests, because we can't take chances now, especially when we are in the second wave. And you can see Limpopo yesterday alone, you can see we've got about 385 cases in the past 24 hours. It's a serious concern as a province that this movement somehow will contribute to the high number of COVID surge that we're already having in the country.
Matome, before we let you go, you said things have returned to normal. So what is the waiting period? How long does it take on average for an individual in either a trucker or a person driving a private vehicle to cross the border into Zimbabwe? We have reduced the waiting time to at least because people have spent days there, but we can tell you now that it will not spend you a day or so for you to be on the queue. But we prioritize. We talk to the checkpoint officials. They tell us how many people they can take at a go. There's a place where we have put them and say, because we don't want congestion on the road, be parked here in the main temple at the showground. We will tell you how many we are going to release in communication with the team at the customs, and they will tell us. But the movement, as I said, now is far better than what we've seen in the past days, and people are able to. Now most of the people have accessed their hometowns or villages and so forth. I was informed that there was a breakdown inside from South Africa into the border of Zimbabwe. There was a breakdown of a bus and they couldn't be blocking the way, but they've managed to intervene, sending South African Defence Force to go and try to assist in making sure that they open up the road and try to ease the traffic there. And that has been sorted, and so far things are moving smoothly. Matome, thank you very much for speaking to us.